Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to BioShock 2 Remastered. Let's continue. One thing I want to point out here is when you hit start, the cursor goes to options instead of back to resume game. That's a very odd way to do a menu. Because if you hit start and then you hit A, I don't want to go to options, I want to go back to the game. So if I hit B, I guess I go back to the game. It's not a big issue, certainly, but it's very odd that it would jump around like that. She knows the way, apparently.
He's up topside now, highballing with old can-can girl. And if anybody gets lippy, pal, he's got the bomb.
Nuts! He saved a whole kindergarten full of cutesy little brats and went up happy ever after. He was a pansy. End of story.
I'll give half a squirt when he's done.
So,
He's gone now.
stories are
That's
actually
not
playing
left
here. We're not getting the subtitles, though. And that's kind of a shame. Taking a lot of damage. Wow. I guess it's fair to say I have just probably lost an achievement, but also I've had a little bit of trouble getting back to playing this game. Not because of the game, really. Just got busy. And so it's been several hours since last one. Ooh, the letterhead splicer just disappeared. Instead of turning into lunchboxes and on instantaneously, it broke. It slowly faded out. I suppose I prefer the slowly fade out instead of the instant. Although if you're going to try and hide things, if you're trying to hide things, the instant disappearance would actually work better. Alright. Here's our one-handed reload.
There would be no Rapture without me. No city without the Atlantic Express. Ryan took his first grand tour on my flagship coach. These days, personal bathyspheres are all the rage. My rails only connect the oldest parts of Rapture now. And the city's just left me behind. Plenty of cash in the bank, though. This private vehicle craze will blow over soon.
So, here's our explanation of why we will be mostly searching around areas that we didn't see. I guess the lunchbox concept is still going to exist, but we're going to end up taking these things, which that might be a practical reason for that, in that we... Oh, here's a wrench, finally. You might not actually be able to fit in a bathysphere. There's another wrench that just bounced up. There's a glitch. Absolutely. So playing on medium and starting to regret it already. We need to run around and just see what there's to pick up and what we're there. I imagine throwing the explosive barrels was supposed to fix that entire fight, but it didn't quite work that way. It started it and took out a lot of the people around the fire, but not everybody. Now there's no reason not to hack, and there's like no difficulty on the hacks either, I suppose. So no longer are we given this whole line that says this one is too difficult for you right now unless you have an auto hack tool. They're all doable right now by default. We're missing the thing again, the quest marker. Let's see.
These people are hooked on some kind of genetic wonder drug called Adam. I've read the word splicer scribbled on walls like a warning. One of them cornered me and Christ, his face. I had a gun, but I choked. And then out of nowhere, we both heard this singing. And he took off like hell on wheels. It sounded like a kid. A little girl. Cindy's alive. I know it in my gut.
So, it sounds like somebody is back over here, but I don't think they actually are. And we have a cafeteria, and we have this direction. So let's go this direction and see. Well, that gets blocked off.
Sofia Lamb is using the splicers against you. Most big daddies are like her slaves, guarding the little ones. But someone has awakened you.
So we can see what we're supposed to do. Search those closed toilets, that's new. We can use the telekinesis for that, but let's go check out this area first. It might also be worth testing this. So breaking these also gives us a refill. So hack then break, we now know is 100% the right way to play it. Hack it for a free kit, and then break it for another free kit. Doesn't seem like you can get into that cake. And doesn't seem like there's anything there. Now, unlike most Big Daddies, we're not making huge groaning sounds or footsteps like the end of the first game. And that is a very wise move on their part because it would be really, really annoying. And I don't think we're going to see any ghosts or anything. I think that too is not going to happen.
White is not black, Dr. Lamb. Down is not up, and straw is not gold. Look around you. Rapture is no miracle. It is a product of reason. Impossible unless 1 and 1 are 2, and A equates to A.
And yet, alone, each man is a prisoner to bias, dream, delusion, or the pain of a phantom limb. To one man, they are as real as rain. Reality is consensus, and the people are losing faith. Take a walk, Andrew. It is raining in Rapture, and you have simply chosen not to notice.
Notice here we have another
I
set.
know of your bond with
Eve.
Eleanor Delta. To save yourself, you will come for her. But Eleanor has a destiny, one you cannot share. There is no place for you in paradise.
So, in case you needed more Eve, it's right here. Just available. Oh, there's bullets I could have gotten. Although, I don't think I'm going to really run out of bullets either. The game, the first game was very difficult to maintain that bullet count up. You would take 5 shots almost always to kill a single splicer.
In ethical psychiatry,
Here
we
we're
must
kind
account
of
for the
rolling in
role
it.
of evolution. Depression, fits of panic, sexual pathos, all responses to ancient selection pressure. The irony is that this theory is why Ryan's people invited me here. They mistake my study of natural law for the worship of competition. Remember, Eleanor, one must know the beast before it can be slain.
Another wrench. So I can have 60 bullets, and I'm full right now of these rivet bullets. There's a new Vita chamber in case I die, which I guess you have to walk pretty close to them to activate them, because last time I died I didn't show up there. Now, it would have been better in the first game if we had more of these arguments going on between Sofia Lamb and Atlas and Andrew Ryan, and they really actually had that debate happening. Let's see, I get a free item. Interesting. In actual words.
Welcome to
But
the circus of
it doesn't happen that way, so all I can do is buy what I guess I can afford. Why I could only buy one remote dart is odd. I guess they don't have unlimited amounts.
no return. Welcome to the circus of Rapture.
So I'm already running into a lot of extra money, which again is interesting. It's a big change from what we were set up to. What the freshwater does, I have no idea. Is it increasing my Eve? Is it something I'm collecting so I can generate something that you invent later on? We're getting some interesting water effects because we have this mask on. This is the one time I won't complain about the effect where it seems like there's a piece of glass between you and the camera, because in this example that effect is not even happening, and there actually is a piece of glass in between you and the camera in the form of your helmet. Lambert will lead the way. Are we fighting? Or did she run away?
Quickly, head for the elevator.
Let's see. Yeah, I don't like this at all. Do I want to take these guys on? I don't think so. I'm running out of health. Just running away, so...
Now, here is what the children tell me. You are a very old Big Daddy, bonded for life to a single little one. When you are apart for too long, your body begins to shut down like a coma. As long as the girl is in the Rapture, you are trapped here as well. The name of your little one is Eleanor Lamb, daughter of Sofia. She is kept at Fontaine Futuristics on the other side of the city. You must go there and save her before it is too late.
Just take a look back here, make sure nothing's happening. Take a look up here, see it's just pitch blackness. And he was just there to show you that is not safe. Nice little look out here. So it would have been cool. Trap rivets. Ooh. So now we can change our ammo. So you have a trap rivet, and we'll have regular rivets, and we'll have explosive rivets. So the rivet gun is kind of this mix between the crossbow and the handgun. I assume maybe I can do something here. I can just pick them up. Interesting. So as long as I see them, I'm safe. But there may very well be many cases in which I don't see them. Setting more traps for some situations would be interesting, because we've certainly experienced a lot of attacks by groups of splicers and felt like it was just devolved immediately into a shootout that went on often too long in the first game. Let's see. So, not using the drill fuel much at all.
Dr. Su Chong's death was a nasty blow to the Protector program, but I'm gradually settling into his role, picking up the slack that his carelessness left
This
behind.
is Gil Alexander.
We are gaining steam again, but I'm not satisfied. Yes, the Big Daddy defends the girl, but he is programmed only for the fight, like a sheepdog who wanders off unless a wolf is tearing at his flock. When no aggressor is present, he regards his little sister as he might a common houseplant. We need something more, something stronger, an unbreakable physiological bond.
So it could very well be possible that I was the one that killed Dr. Su Chong in the first game. We heard the audio log of Su Chong hitting the little sister, and then the Big Daddy killing him in response. So that is certainly possible, although it's kind of a stretch. Go. Do I need to really buy rivets? No.
No refund, no return.
But hacking certainly makes sense every time. And let's see, we're at the Atlantic Express Depot, and we're going to make it, I guess, down this way. This is our general path, although I suspect we're going to end up going to these other dots too, and some other places.
And that's me. I'm all you got, lady.
We haven't run into very many security cameras lately. See, part of the things here is just the ability to hack remotely kind of undoes the necessity there. Let's see if this guy doesn't move too much.
Baby, gonna keep you in a box. Come on, all this crap is...
Let's see, I just need to find... So there's somebody back behind here that we need to hit, but before we do that, let's search all these. Now, it's past the events of the first game, so it's possible that Vita Chambers now work for everybody. It is also possible that they only work for, like, Big Daddies, perhaps?
Here, in the ticket booth. Press the button so we can speak face to face.
So, definitely important in a game like this to not give too many options, so they're going to stick her behind a bulletproof glass so I can't just shoot her. But see, Tenenbaum looks completely different now.
You see? This is why I must fight Sofia Lamb.
She actually
is
even
using
looks
the
younger.
little ones for
Her hairstyle's
something.
differently.
And I have returned to rescue them. If I do not, more children will die for my sins. And the Rapture nightmare, it will repeat forever. Now, we must talk.
Citizens of Rapture, this is Subject Delta. Behind that mask hides an enemy of the people, without soul or sympathy. It is a beast apart, and as family, we must tear out its jaw and drive it back into the sea.
Lamb will take this place apart to find you. Please hold back the splicers until we escape.
So, they said in the commentary in the first game they didn't even have a, like, video model. Let's see. There we go. Are they coming from different directions? See, and I wish I could do more of this 1-2 punch stuff and just smash them. That's really where a splicer, a big daddy is going to play, is with his voice ability. We're getting an interesting long note here playing. Now, did I need to specifically do anything extra? Splicer healed at a health station? That's a problem. There we go.
Thank you. Now I must leave you, and I am sorry for this. But there are others I must help before the city drowns. This man Sinclair, he is an ally, and will guide you to Eleanor. Goodbye, Herr Delta. And good luck.
So you can also...
Well, look at you. A bona fide knight in armor, complete with iron horse. The name's Augustus Sinclair, Sport, Esquire. Old Tenenbaum and I share an interest in the old Fontaine building, the very same place you'll find Eleanor Lamb. I think you and I can do business. Take the train to Ryan Amusements. I'll see you shortly.
So, now we're just going to listen to Sinclair instead of Tenenbaum for a while. That seems a little weird, too, to just get handed off in such a strange fashion. And so here's the Atlantic Express we're going to use, but we want to thoroughly look around and make sure we've picked up all the items and done everything. It doesn't seem like there's as many extra things going on here. And so I don't even see a real reason to hack this because it would not do anything for us. It's not going to give us money ever. It would only give us one more first aid kit.
Sofia Lamb has taken Rapture and is responsible for stealing children from the surface. Her splicers destroyed my submersible and forced me to run. But the ticket booth here is secure. And though I cannot trust him, Sinclair is a valuable ally. I have already rescued a few of the new little ones from Lamb. They all want to know how we will get home. I wish I had the right words for them.
See, we can see the inside of that building through the crack there. You can tell they also had some ideas that were going to eventually show up in BioShock Infinite. I imagine what happened there is they didn't know they were going to make BioShock Infinite until this succeeded, because this was a successful game. It critically reviewed, at least. It just wasn't quite as rememberable as the first. And the idea of the marker on his hand definitely comes back in BioShock Infinite. Totally comes back. And there's kind of a tattoo on the wrist of the first guy, so there's a little bit of an evolution there. It makes a lot more sense that there's chains on the wrists of the first guy and he's a slave, according to Andrew Ryan. But then they don't really make a big issue of that. It's kind of this just reference that you'd have to pick up on yourself. I'm not feeling like I need to save.
Now better apply the brakes unless you're aiming to dash yourself against that glacier up ahead.
So we're gonna have to get incinerate to melt that. How indestructible am I?
As you can see, Chief, the station here's iced over. To reach Eleanor Lamb at Fontaine headquarters, we'll have to clear the way. Now, in order to melt that ice, you'll need a plasmid, like a handful of hellfire. We used to sell a fine old product called Incinerate in the amusement park up yonder. Go on and find a way in. I've already been on all the rides.
So, we've got to melt this. We can look all around. Take a moment to look outside. How different is this scene versus the original version? It may not be that different at all. It may not be different in one bit. Let's see what's behind this door if we can get to it. These say Atlantic Express, and the other doors said Securitas in the first game, and were a little bit different in their design. So they definitely changed things. You can pick up bandages even if you don't need them, and I guess there's nothing else here. Yeah, I really don't get the feeling that this game's gonna crash. But it's often hard to tell. Sometimes crashes just come out of the blue. Often they come out of the blue. We are but the stones that pave the way. So that is the ultimate realization of an extremist of socialism psychology, that the individual is kind of not important at all. That's a really extreme thing, and that gets down to just fascism and communism, really, more than socialism, in my opinion. Because I think the individuals are, at the very least, considered a commodity of the state. That the state sees value in each individual, with some exceptions, and we wouldn't want to lose people just because.
Eleanor is progressing brilliantly.
She is our salvation.
My physical participation in her birth was minimized, of course. It is vital that I am unhindered by nature's crude bias. I will be, above all, her intellectual progenitor, loyal not to her, but to the people she will ultimately save. But I admit, it is with some measure of pride that I review her marks in standard intelligence tests. As an agent of our beliefs, she may surpass even me.
So you can kind of see how she's got this. That's a new bullet. That's what bullets for a real gun, and money, and a lot of things to collect there. So we can see this is getting a little harder to hack.
Welcome to the circus of value.
I want to buy as many remote hacks as possible.
You think you're so funny. I deserve respect. I do.
And see, you're so slow though. If you're going to do that 1-2 punch, you can't do it. So I'm gonna have to start using other plasmids fairly early in the game. It's just not feasible to make it across the room. Maybe if I get an upgraded to my electric bolt plasmid that would keep them more stunned for longer amounts of time. Like, I'm very shocked on how much money I have right now too. And this is medium. The fights feel like medium, but the collectibles and all that feel like easy. Now I was hearing somebody.
Ryan Amusements. Insert your ticket now. Half price for children under 3.
So I'm gonna have to get a ticket. I was listening to a review and they said that the reverb was missing in a lot of the audio in the first game, and I guess technically the reverb is going to be missing in this gameplay too, because by default it's turned off. I guess you could have turned it on.
You're a rare old model, son. Alpha series, I believe. Now, Rapture's full of scientific wonderments just like you. And if we can sell them to the world at my price, well, curing your condition ought to be a cakewalk. Once we find Eleanor, the sky's the limit.
So, this guy, he may be going about it more honestly, and more straightforwardly. He wants to find technology and sell it to the highest bidder, I assume, on the surface, so CIA, KGB type things. We're running into a power to the people station, and this seems way too easy. Really? So what upgrades can we go? Let's see. I think immediately you need a rivet gun damage upgrade. Being able to take more pictures. Now here's an interesting thing. This picture, this TV, looks nothing like the TVs in the first game. And it's widescreen. And it's not centered in the right way, so the side of the glass is like right next to the casing, which could never happen in the design. Plus that would mean there's no speaker or anything on that side, so it'd be some weird mono thing. But how could I seriously doubt anything new could have been created or invented since Rapture originally fell? So why this TV design has improved makes no logical sense.
I was hired to engineer a park the likes of which no man has seen. Now all I do is watch over it like a grizzled sheepdog. My first line of mechanical puppets made the children here cool with wonder. But Ryan thought my vision was immature. Antiquated, he said. This place could have been something magical. But instead, he turned it into a school. No, a cathedral. Dedicated to himself.
Nice move there. Didn't feel like sitting there and waiting for it to bounce back. So there's definitely places where remote hacks could actually end your game. If you think about it, if you're just really, really bad at remote hacking and you use all those darts up and you're out of money, it's game over. There's nothing more you could do. Now, it's highly unlikely that would ever happen, but it's possible. Here we've got a... See, those are the old style TVs right there from the game. And we get a ticket. And another book.
Jam dandy. That'll get you in the park. But buying Incinerate's gonna cost Adam. It's a sort of genetic goo that lets you rewrite whatever God gave you. The little sisters carry the stuff, as you may recall, so you'll need to locate one. I heard whispering near the El Dorado Lounge. Have a look.
So the little sisters don't just hand Adam to two people. It doesn't work that way. If we hit pause here, we can see there is one little sister in this area, and since there seems to be no developers commentary,
This is illegal.
I don't know what we could do there. Let's see. Fire.
Bank sent you, didn't
It was always my house.
So she's talking like she'd just been evicted from her house. Like, what that has to do with anything, I don't know. But we got a machine gun now. And so in comparison, here's the other machine guns that you can't pick up. So we're not going to get any of the regular weapons, I don't think. They're all going to be their own little things. And I would kind of be okay with these four being the only four weapons in the game.
Choppers, get yourselves hid. No fuck-ups this time. Daddy's home. Again, he's fire.
What's on my side?
Hey, cut it out already.
Seems like if I go slightly faster,
Your face, baby. Stop ignoring me.
just a slightly faster ability to shoot, I could probably do some damage with this. Like, as long as I hit him. Another little group of splicers. The number of splicers that can be on the floor before you get a lunchbox doesn't seem like it's really changed in the 3 years time. It still feels like 4, maybe 5 at most, and then they just start switching it down to lower amounts. So let's spend all of our money on the machine gun, even though I'm not ready to use that. And did I search all these bodies? Nope. That jump is huge. Look at that. That is a smooth and quick jump. A lot better than the first game.
I am Andrew Ryan. Welcome to Ryan Amusements. Please enjoy the park.
So we get a free sample. Let's see what this is. Sports boost. Passive gene tonic. Sports boost. You move slightly faster. And I have like 4 slots open already. And I'm not sure if maybe all the tonics just add up, and so that's not like 3 rows of different styles of tonics like the first game. It may just be one huge group of tonics that you can have. So the gift shop is this way. Let's exit through the gift shop. That's how they want you to do it, right?
Andrew Ryan wakes one night while cruising the Atlantic in his steamliner, the Olympian. His sleep interrupted with a singular purpose. Here, he shouts to his crewmen as he wipes sleep from his eyes. Full stop. We begin building here.
So that's how he chose where he was gonna build, I guess. We'll just go through this whole thing as long as we don't get attacked. I love the audio background here.
The Olympian returns with a new cargo, a state-of-the-art submersible platform, nicknamed the Sinker, ferries supplies and workers to the sea floor, fathoms below.
But this might be an interesting answer to just how long it took him to build Rapture.
After Official supplies have been brought to the seafloor. The platform is permanently moored in the sediment. Massive iron girders are sunk hundreds of feet into the rock and silt. Below the platform, engineers work to overcome obstacles such as diamond-hard rock, obstinate sea life, and unexpected peril.
Now, of course, this wouldn't really work. You would be crushed to death. By the pressures and all. Let's see. So I guess I'm gonna have to make some choices here about which way I want to go. Just take this money. So we have the gift shop, and I guess I should just check the gift shop first.
After the platform is secured, work progresses at an astounding rate. Designed to be the foundation of Rapture, workers toil around the clock to create the metropolis you see today.
How long? How long did it take? Oops. That was something. Certainly. I should watch where I'm walking. I've fallen down twice already in this game. Let's see. Alright, that didn't work. There we go. And remember, healed or hacked heal machines also hurt any splicers that try to use them. So they are also a consideration there. Let's see. Drill ammo, trap. Let's see. Starting a remote hack and maybe get some trap bolts, but maybe not.
Welcome to the circus of
I guess trap rivets are better right now. This area seems like a setup for a fight. Let's go check out the gift shop this way. This is staff only. Can't make it through there. More 50 cal. And that. So this is at least what they sort of look like. They look like regular humans before they got spliced up. Let's see what this says. Come on.
I love the kids in Miss Englert's 3rd grade class, but boy, I had no idea what I was getting into. Volunteering to chaperone this New Year's sleepover party at Ryan Amusements. Donnie, get down off that exhibit, and I told you, spit out that gum! You'll choke! The kids' parents deserve a night off to enjoy New Year's, but I'm at my wit's end. Donnie, I told you!
So, I bet the gift shop would be where you buy the plasmids. So let's go to the Hall of Future first.
Hiding, thief!
Or we could just go over here first. This ought to be interesting.
My lantern. May your fingers
So I guess I'm trying to ensure I don't waste too many bullets. Oh, so I guess I could have walked around.
No use hiding. I know this estate like the back of my hand.
That was one too many bullets.
Open up, door!
That was one too many bullets. I guess I got a headshot in that one. The El Dorado Lounge. I guess we'll just go. No, because that's where the story wants us to go. Now I'm running into that indecisiveness of just wanting to not miss anything, and because I don't want to miss anything, I'm gonna go the opposite direction than where I'm supposed to go.
Busted pile of junk. You broke it, didn't you, Edna? Everything turns to shit.
Mean. You're mean, Roger. It was probably your clumsy, fat hands that loused it up.
Typical broad. Stay away from things you don't know nothing about.
This ought to be fun.
You're too common for the common good.
Seems like everybody's on the go these days.
Oops.
Everybody but you. You still haven't experienced Ryan Industries' new spring line of plasmids. Isn't it about time you got caught up? Evolve today.
Is there somewhere where I could run to disable this? Probably, but honestly, it's not even causing me much trouble. And see, time slows down. When you start to die. Oh, here. And it's free to just deactivate the alarm? You don't even have to pay money anymore. Wow. So I can just sit here and hack again. Get a free remote hack tool.
Welcome to the circus of value. No refund, no return.
This is rather ridiculous how this is working. Like, I've remote hacked that to help myself to killing these two. See, there's a God-knows gardener, and I wonder if maybe I'm going the wrong way in the wrong fashion. Yeah, I am. So we can't do this section yet. I guess I just need to learn to follow the arrow and trust it. Because it seems like, yeah, without the atom, I can't buy the upgrade.
See?
And without the upgrade,
Oh, Father!
it's a little weird. I still think the right bump to heal is odd. Interesting, this doesn't work.
Well, I hope you have somebody to carry on your family name.
Never gonna get a good fortune from those, am I? Little candy machines. Let's see. Now, hacking this one is going to turn out to be difficult, and I don't think you get a infinite amount of time there. So I have now like trap rivets and interpersonal, anti-personnel bullets.
Used to be, there was no margin in running the gift shop. I couldn't hardly sell off this tourist crap for a penny more than the cost of manufacture. Then I met a straight shooter named Sinclair, and he laid a sweet deal on me. Says he's got some hard luck folks down in Popper's Drop can whip up this junk at half the cost I used to pay. Yeah, I had to pick a needle or two out of the shipments, but all in all, nobody's the wiser, and I'm all the richer.
I guess it's time to try this thing and see how this works for us. Happy birthday cards. Since I'm full of machine gun ammo, we'll give it a spin. I guess pun intended there. Phones don't work, so you can't interact with them. It was a little weird in the first game you could interact with them. Anyways, they didn't do anything. I guess you don't open doors unless it has a pay thing. Drop rivet. Did she just run out? I think somebody just ran out of the room. Is there anything here? Yep, doesn't look like it. Yeah, that feels a little better than the rivet gun. Even with the damage increase. Why does this thing never want to work? On the first try. Always takes 2 hits. Now to reload this one, it just moves it off screen, so you still get this one-handed reload. Heavy rivets, interesting.
I know the surface, Eleanor. I spent half a lifetime there, in service of the common good. But then, I heard my own words twisted by fat old men squatting over the embers of Hiroshima. Were the modern world a patient in my care, I would diagnose it suicidal. On perhaps that point alone, Andrew Ryan is correct. Rapture is deliverance.
I guess there is an argument that definitely can be made, since of this time frame, why people would not want to deal with the United States or the rest of the world. It was certainly not the most peaceful of times. Can we read what's on the newspapers? No, that looks like gibberish to me in both of them. Let's see, I think there's somebody wandering around here.
Each of us has a moral duty to increase the common joy and ease the common pain. Alone, we are nothing.
Save me, oh no!
Mere engines of self-interest. We are the family, and through unity, we transcend the self.
So, under Lamb, I'm not sure what her stance on religion really is. In a lot of ways, her ideology is a religion in itself, as much as Andrew Ryan's ideology was a religion in itself. But I imagine Sofia Lamb could easily twist any religion's beliefs to her benefit and point out the parts that she likes and use it instead of just completely banning it. So we've now seen what it's like to be drunk as Delta. It still sucks quite a bit, if I must say so myself. What is this, a wiffle ball?
Until you arrive, Father, I'm trapped here. Smuggling these gifts out is the most I can do to help.
So we're not seeing her now, we're just hearing her. Searching the cans. See, these books are everywhere, and I imagine Ascension is near, that Eleanor Lamb's talk really is the movement forward. Here's a basic, seems like a suicide pact that went on. Let's see, what is this now? Drill power. With drill power, your drill attacks do more damage. that certainly might be useful to defeat a Big Daddy.
In ethical psychiatry, we must account for...
Eleanor Lamb speaking. Mum says I'm not to play with the other children because they're being raised on a diet of dog-eat-dog. I wanted to see these dog-eaters, so I waited until Mum was gone and went out to find one. And guess what? The dog-eaters wear human skins. It makes them look just like us.
Interesting. Not very, like, the philosophical, if that's not a term. Not having much to do with philosophy there, but I think I would much rather grow to love Eleanor more than just hear a bunch of Sofia Lamb stuff. Like, so the question is, how can I use an Eve hypo? Like, you have to go here and then press X to get it to work. That's the only way. You can either go here or you can use this, and that is helpful because then if I freeze time like this, I can also use the first aid kit. So that's nice. There's a little sister head to get the atom. You must deal with the Big Daddy first. He will not attack until you do, but be prepared for a difficult fight. So I've got 2 of these going. And I don't want to get drunk. There's the Vita chamber. Let's see. Now I'm hoping we can get better returns and just easier hacks eventually. Because it is a little slow still.
Now that Big Daddy won't bite until you do. But to get to Lil Sis, you gotta put the old boy down for good.
So I could make several trap bolts. I could
I found one of those children
use
at
heavy
last.
rivets.
Filthy dress, all alone. I approached her, praying that it was my little girl. But she was gorging herself on blood from a corpse. It wasn't her. I stared, just reeling. And then that skinny, armored freak that took Cindy jumped me, shrieking like an animal. I escaped, but could Cindy have become one of those things? I've got to find her, now more than ever.
Alright, so how about this? Now these fights are a little bit faster and a little bit smoother. But I don't want to get stuck in a corner. So notice how the bouncer is really bouncing around and jumping. There we go.
Take a breath, son. You did it. Now, just let her ride on your shoulders and she'll trust you like her own daddy.
So I could have tried that. Now this isn't a harvest.
Are we gonna be together again, Dad?
Or a, like, it's not a kill or rescue thing. You just adopt them. So she's riding on your shoulders.
We're in business. Now, there are corpses all over Rapture, and little Dimples there can sniff out the atom on them. Find one.
So we're going through the first big change here. Let's
Welcome to the circus of value.
get some extra rivets. So I can hold X and she'll lead me to the next thing. I could have played that a lot more strategically, but not really necessary.
And Daddy, over there. My sister doesn't like slow pokes.
So once again, she's telling you, don't be slow. So we're gonna find a glowing body, and I believe it's this one.
This way.
Yep.
She's got a juicy one, but when she starts draining out the atom, the splicers will come running. Be ready before you set her down on that body.
So it's not just about killing the big daddies. It's now about protecting the little sisters. And because of that, you definitely want to protect her as much as possible. So traps all over the place.
Just put her right down on that corpse.
Yeah, I will in a second. Let's see. There's one. There's one. That's probably too many. But we never know. Let's go ahead and purchase. Let's see, anti-personnel bullets. Until I can't purchase any more. And I guess that's all my money.
Here's the angel.
So start gathering at them. Now, I used most of my trap bullets.
Of the family, not a toy for you to exploit and discard. It is fitting that you expire here. One more forgotten curio in Ryan's shrine to the self.
Here they come. Keep the splicers off her now till she's finished, or they'll never give up the hunt.
So, well, you gotta protect the big sister.
Child, you monster!
She must be sacrificed for all of us. Blood for you. He is going to your house.
Seems like they're going towards me more than her.
What do you want with her?
Cut through.
Daddy, I'm ready. Daddy, you always save me.
Now you know the stakes, son. But a plasmid costs a bit more atom yet. Keep it up.
So, that's more of a fight, really, than the fight we were in before. Any of these that didn't get used, which is almost none. All of them got used to take on those guys. Let's see. I guess I could smash this and get another one of those. Was there one over there? I don't know if I can even trigger the trap bolts, but maybe I can. Drill, fuel, corpse, and all of that. So it will almost certainly always be a corpse. I am low on rivets.
Welcome to the circus of value. No refund, no return.
I may need to start doing a bit more plasmid shooting now because I am low on regular bullets. Which I really shouldn't be, because I mean I could run around this place all over and pick up more rivets. I've been full on those for a long time, so there's bodies everywhere that have them. When you have systems like this, it's almost preferable that you would search the next body you come along, and it would have a big percentage of the things that you left in other characters, because you just don't need to backtrack. This is where we'll be going next time. I guess we can go here, but we're in danger of moving the story forward. Yep. So we'll check that out. Once we get all the Atom, I think we are going to free the little sister somehow, but I'm not sure exactly how. I should start playing with this one during that time too. We're overall in a good position, though. So, that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All of that helps out. If you want to support me further, you can click on my name, Rydo. On the right will be a blue button that says support this channel. Click it, make a donation. And if you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.